So what you're going to do is you're going to go in Blender, click File, New. There are different options. We just about always use General. Today we're going to go down to Sculpting. So when you click it, it'll turn out like this. So I've got a big grey ball here. It's basically like a big lump of clay, and you're going to start sculpting on it. Down on the left are all of the different brushes. You have permission today to just play with all of the brushes. If you want more expert advice, then you're going to come onto YouTube and you're going to search for this guy, Grant Abbott. The words I put in was Grant Abbott Blender 2.8 Sculpting. So if you look down here a little bit, he's got several. This is a video where it shows a beginner follow-along tutorial. It says it's easy to sculpt an old man with a great big nose. It's got this one where it goes through every single brush, tells you what they all do, and this is a series, shows you how to do sculpting, and then this one here, far more detailed if you want to go expert level. It's a couple of years old, so this one may not be the most up-to-date version of Blender, but come here if you want further details. If we're back to Blender, the quick things that I just want you to do, like if you look at this, what I'm doing on the right is doing the same on the left. That's because of symmetry. If you don't want symmetry, then you have to turn it off. So over here on the right hand side is a bunch of options and these various different menus. So if I click this one here that looks like a screwdriver and a wrench, and then we come down to symmetry, you'll see that the X symmetry is on. So essentially you'll see the red axis left and right, so it's symmetrical on the same sides. What you'll notice is I keep adding and adding and adding more clay. It's making the squares bigger. It's not adding more squares, it's just making them bigger. That's fine at the beginning. If you watch some of Grant Abbott's videos, he'll tell you about this one here. It says Dino Topo. Dynamic topography is what it is. Essentially, if you turn it on, you'll quite often get warnings, but I didn't that time. Essentially, if I start to draw on it, you'll see rather than getting lots of bigger squares, I'll get new topography. The bad bit is that they're triangles. Triangles aren't great for deformation. Now, if you notice, if I zoom in, I get tiny little triangles. If I zoom out, I get larger triangles. That's because I have relative detail. So zoom in, small, zoom out, big. So you want to change relative to constant, and then that goes to 3. So you start to draw, geez, that looks pretty bad. I'll up that number maybe to 5. And you can draw, you can hold down shortcut keys like shift and do some smoothing, and essentially you're going to have a go at drawing. I would say for me that resolution is too small. I'll crank that up a little bit. There's a bit more functional for what I've got. Play around with the different brushes. For example, if you want to add blobs, you just keep going and keep clicking. You want to turn the strength of the brush up so it goes faster. You'll see that it's adding a blob, and I'll just keep building on that, and it just keeps adding. So that's it. You're going to try to make any weird alien creature, person, head, whatever you like. As long as it's not anything rude, you're allowed to make it for this period until we resolve our other issues and we can get back to our other project. So I hope this ended up being fun. What a lot of people like to do is to change this color. So if you click this down arrow up the top here, mine's slightly different to yours because I'm running 2.82, you're running 2.8, but you click on this matte cap, and a lot of people choose this color here because you get better lighting, and it sort of shows quite well what you are shaping. Okay. The only other really quick tip that I guess you want to have is hold down shift while doing it and it'll smooth it down. You've got adding and subtracting, so if you want to cut away, go into the subtract, and obviously add means to build up. And if you hold down control, that becomes subtract, and you just release control and it is build. So you might build up there, subtract there, build, subtract, make whatever you like, but essentially that's what we're going to have a play with.